Honesty, passion, experience. It's Timberwolves Explosion, hosted on the Paladino Live Network. And now, your host, Paladino Joey. Hello again, Timberwolves fans. Are you ready for the explosion of Timberwolves basketball? I am your host, Paladino Joey, or Joey Awajan. Timberwolves Explosion is available on all of your favorite podcasting apps. I thank each and every one of you, once and always, for downloading and listening to the show. It is a great pleasure to be back on board with you once again today, because the Minnesota Timberwolves appear to have found themselves, possibly. Anthony Edwards was saying how defense was their identity last year. This year is not even close. Basically, he was frustrated beyond belief. As you heard some of that in the quotes last week. Well, the Timberwolves held the Clippers to 92, the Lakers to 80, and the Clippers to 80. One close game, 90, and then a couple of massive blowouts versus the Lakers and Clippers. Awesome. Timberwolves 3-0 in their past two games. Well, all right. They responded to either Anthony Edwards or the Timberwolves explosion. Probably Anthony Edwards. Maybe, you never know. You never know. Some guy, maybe one of the players might have heard Timberwolves explosion and was like, wow, what the hell, But one way or another, way better performance. I was also kind of panicking this past week as Twitter followers were literally evaporating before our eyes. But apparently that was everybody. So Twitter or X or whatever. So maybe getting rid of a lot of those fake bots out there. They're not real followers anyway. It's just I don't know. It's just check out this link or whatever. That's pretty much what most of those really were at the end of the day. Kind of 35%, no, 95% of Facebook. I'm not sure why this is acting up. But yes, Timberwolves 3 games to review, 2 games to preview, both against the hated Golden State Warriors. And I say that with full sincerity. You think I like the Golden State Warriors? Are you kidding me? Have you been listening to this show? Yeah, I just love them so much. Anyhow, Timberwolves last Black Friday, or on Black Friday, 93-92, a back-and-forth battle with the Clippers. Clippers would take small leads. The Wolves would take small leads. It was a frustrating kind of a game. As you heard me cursing a little bit as shots were missed, but then shots were made. The Clippers kept missing opportunities, which, helped down the stretch in a big way. Clippers shot 43% and less than 33%, basically 32% from three-point range. Not a good day for the Los Angeles Clippers, generally speaking, on Friday. James Harden, 7 of 20, 3 of 9 from beyond the arc. Nick Batum made 4 of 7 overall. All he did was shoot three-pointers, which, that's great. We're happy for him. Nick Batum is another annoying guy. But that's old history now at this point. We'll move on from that. Kevin Porter, 6 of 10 from the floor, off the bench, 17 points, second on the team in scoring. Zubac was a bit of a pain in the butt to deal with. He was 8 of 9 on those close-range plays, 13 rebounds in the game. James Harden did have 11 assists. He's the other, wannabe LeBron James, basically, is what he is. Chris Dunn, former Timberwolf, 0 of 5 from the floor, but he made a couple of free throws. Great. 7 rebounds. Yes, Chris Dunn starting at point guard for the Clippers at the moment, which is interesting. A couple guys were out. Some guys were in. Kobe Brown, interesting. Bones Highland didn't play. I'm not sure why. You'd think you'd want him in there instead of, I don't know, maybe a couple more minutes than Chris Dunn. Terrence Mann, nothing much to brag about either. Isn't he another point guard? So, wow. That's how many minutes? About 50 minutes combined, and 1 of 10 shooting for the 2 guards on the Clippers, for 2 of the point guards on the Clippers. So even though Harden's a shooting guard, he kind of is the lead guard in a lot of ways. But he did have, he even had 5 steals in the game. I barely even remember that, which is funny. But a back and forth battle, Wolves escaping by a point. You felt like $1 million. And it was kind of like a backdoor type of victory because the Clippers had opportunities to tie or win the game. They had the ball, and they just kept missing. So, all right. Actually, no. The other thing that, yeah, they did keep missing, but then when the Wolves had the ball with a chance to, a chance to take a 3 or 4 point lead, depending on what the opportunity is. The shot clock, the Wolves obviously could run the shot clock down to a certain amount of time, eat up the clock, and the Clippers, even if the Wolves missed, would have they'd have limited amount of time, but a chance to maybe win the game. But when the Wolves missed the shot and got the rebound, then, well, because the Clippers did not foul earlier, the Wolves were able to basically run the clock out on the Clippers. So it was like you're winning the game by missing shots. Yeah, which is what the Wolves did quite a bit in this game. Both teams missed a lot of shots, but also give a credit to both teams' good defense, generally speaking. Timberwolves' defense, I think, was way the heck better in this game. Rudy Gobert did play almost 43 minutes, which I think, again, I don't think he should be playing 43 minutes. He's getting a little older. He gets banged up. I don't know. I think that's kind of a lack of common sense. I don't think it would kill anybody to have Luka Garza get a couple minutes. I know that's been mentioned about a million times on the show. One of the main reasons Rob Dillingham hasn't been playing is a tweaked ankle, unfortunately. So that was the game when he only had 5 minutes last week. Hasn't played since. Dante DiVincenzo had one of his better games up to this point. Again, kind of a transition play. He's good at moving the ball in transition. Not necessarily a ball handling guard. You don't want him in that role. And when he's in that role, he's not good. He turns the ball over. He loses the handle and such. Gets stripped and gets turnovers and such. And Dante DiVincenzo can be a damn mess. But in transition up the court, yeah, I like the quick passing. I like the passing and the accuracy and such. So he's good at that. Those two-hand, like overhead passes up the court are pretty good. It's like an outlet type of pass, but it's not necessarily that style. It's like fast break type of offense. The kind of offense I like, actually. Dante DiVincenzo, pretty good game. 3 of 5 from outside, 3 of 6 total. Just missed a 2-pointer, basically. And had 5 assists to tie Jaden McDaniels. Wow, for the assist lead. Interesting. Conley, solid game, 3 of 7. It's not great, 13 points and so on and so forth. 3 assists, 3 turnovers, a bit of a mess at times, but again, the Clippers' defense was pretty good, to say the least. 21 turnovers by the Timberwolves in this particular game. Clippers at 15, so better ball control by the Clippers in this game, not the next one. No, definitely a low scoring, like you literally won the game missing shots, which is kind of funny how things went here. So now we move on to the Laker game. Obviously, the Wolves were done with any type of a NBA Cup type of thing. Last year, the Wolves were in it for a while, and eventually were eliminated with a frustrating loss along the way. I can't remember too many details other than the Wolves were in it for quite a while, and eventually the magic points ran out, we'll say. D'Angelo Russell would lead the Lakers with 20 points. He actually was the game high for everybody. Rudy Gobert, 17 points. He had a pretty good week, to be quite fair. Did Rudy. No blocks in the game, which is funny. 7 of 8 from the floor, 12 rebounds for Rudy Tootie Gobert. Yeah, I know that sounds weird. 50% shooting, Dante DiVincenzo, pardon me. And 9 assists, again, moving the ball in transition. So you're seeing a better play by Dante DiVincenzo. He's they're finding the right, role. They're finding, the right way to utilize Dante DiVincenzo's strengths. So I kind of semi-apologize here for some of the mean things I said last week too about Gobert, DiVincenzo, and Julius Randle to a point. Obviously, I had every right to be frustrated, and that's how it is. But it's nice to see them responding one way or another to Anthony Edwards or Timberwolves' explosion. If by 1 in a million chance they were actually listening. Josh Minot with a nice, powerful dunk, but unfortunately, you wouldn't see too much time the rest of the game, which I don't understand. I think you got to get Minot in there more and more, as the Wolves were building a pretty sizable lead at times into that second quarter. Yeah, the Wolves 34-24 second quarter. That's when this thing started to kind of get away from the Lakers in the fourth quarter. Same thing, as the Wolves would empty the bench later on. Kind of Chris Finch anyway would empty the bench, not the Wolves. Sometimes I think he leaves the guys in too long. I understand you don't want to blow the lead. We've seen leads collapse with the Timberwolves in the past, and that's kind of like maybe Chris Finch is a little bit paranoid about that because it just happened way too much. Maybe like kind of getting the foot off the gas a little bit. But the young guys played pretty well in the time out there. Nice to see Terrence Shannon 0-0 out there. Robert Parrish himself, completely different position and everything, but just messing around. Terrence Shannon Jr. with a 3-pointer. Great. 5 points total. in 5 minutes. Good. All right, good job. PJ Dozier out there, not a whole lot to brag about, but was out there for a 6 point advantage. Garza, same thing. Well, 6 points for him. Couple free throws. Great overall. But yeah, we're not here to necessarily talk about the bench. It was amazing to see how well this team played in this game. The defense, again, just a completely different story. Sure, the Lakers struggled along with it, but the defense was good in the game by the Timberwolves, kind of regaining their identity from last season. Anthony Davis was healthy. I said, oh, great. Yep, the Wolves are going to probably find a way to lose this one. Because Anthony Davis, here comes another 36, 38-point game. It's going to drive us nuts. The Wolves will lose by like 7, 8 points, something like that. Like I was kind of figuring if Anthony Davis was healthy. Anthony Davis was healthy. And he just had this look on his face like, what the bleep is going on? He couldn't believe it. And he's watching, like Timberwolves players, as they're going down the court, as the timeout's called, like, what the bleep? He looked pretty frustrated, pissed off. 4 of 14 for Anthony Davis. That's a lot better. Isn't it nice? 12 points for Anthony Davis instead of like 36. And yes, huge shout out obviously to Vince Germano out of Victoria, Australia. Yeah, great guy, obviously. One of my best friends on the planet. Yeah. What was it? It's been a number of years now. Yeah. Right after 2020 title, I think it was the Christmas after. Yeah, I sent him a cool banner. Unfortunately, I don't think it had 2020 on it, which is a bummer because it was a little bit on the older side. The Lakers, it was maybe like a year old. It was like slightly before the Lakers won their 2020 title. So that's the one bummer part, but it showed all the championship years on there. Yeah, obviously. So that was awesome. LeBron James, 4 of 16, and he just was like, what the hell? Just 6 turnovers for LeBron James, and again, the defense, the identity is kind of back here, you could say. D'Angelo Russell, clearly the best player on the floor for the Lakers, which is crazy. 4 of 5 from outside, but we all know how D'Angelo Russell can tease you. Let's not forget Vince Germano's response when D'Angelo Russell wound up on the Lakers from the Jazz, after the Wolves had traded him to the Jazz, and then he didn't play a minute there, from what I remember correctly, when the Wolves acquired Mike Conley and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Great trade there for the most part, until Conley's wrist started acting up. Thank you very much. But before that, yeah, D'Angelo Russell, though, winding up with the Lakers, what was Vince Germano's response? Bloody hell. Yeah, not happy. That's how he feels about D'Angelo Russell. And I don't blame him. I think a lot of us were at that stage with D'Angelo Russell. He's just one of those guys, you see the talent, and then it's just a huge tease. It's just a huge tease, like just a waste of talent at the end of the day, because I don't know if it's low IQ, it's ego, it's arrogance, it's whatever it is. It's bullcrap and insanely frustrating for whoever is unfortunate enough to have D'Angelo Russell. Expensive, too, isn't he? Like $30 million something, or at least he was. I don't think he's there. And then they re-signed him recently as well, like a small extension. Wow. But anyhow, overall, yeah, there's a couple Christies, aren't there? There's Max Christie and there's another Christie. I think it's Cam Christie on the Clippers, interestingly enough. Who have they have their own building and new logo and everything, so good for them. Rui Hachimura, I know a lot of Laker fans, not huge fans of his. Some are not. It's kind of up to you, I guess, what kind of where your fandom is when it comes to Rui Hachimura. I want to see, is there anything in here? What were we talking about? Mostly, yeah, like the Twitter and all that, bleep this and all that. Yeah, we were kind of confused with what the hell's going on. Yeah, it's weird. Anyhow, sorry, it was mostly last week's conversation and kind of responding to what the hell, my crazy, he's like, are you frustrated a little? Yeah, of course that was last week. That was where Vince said that as he was listening to the show from last week. But yeah, I think the Lakers might be a little bit more frustrated now after that game anyway. Timberwolves getting back to 500 with authority by beating the Lakers 109-80. Again, the defense is back, the offense is back. How long will it last? We'll see. But could this team have suddenly found a jolt and found their identity and maybe, kind of semi-working things out behind the scenes with what's going on, some of the irritations and frustrations? I mean, sometimes it's just guys together for the first X amount of games, longer than it should have been. It's past Thanksgiving, for crying out loud. It took to Black Friday, for Pete's sake. And funny how, like Tanae's going to kind of laugh about that coming up in the fan interaction segment as well. How it's like right at Thanksgiving, maybe this team will start to find their identity. And what a great call that may end up being. And it sure looks like it so far. At least this 3-game win streak. Again, the first game was insanely close, but it could be a massive building block for the future of this season. 109-80 over a pretty healthy Laker team. I mean, that's not bad. It's not like the Lakers are the favorites. This isn't the 2020 Lakers. It's not. I mean, that was the best team in the league. Like, you just knew. Like, I was like, Lakers win the championship. And Vince was like, shutty. Because, you don't want to jinx it. I get it. Like last year, maybe I should have said shutty too. And maybe we would have won. But, like, Wolves are going to go to the finals. I should have said shutty, but I didn't. See, I didn't say shutty, and that's what cost the Wolves. That's what did it. Damn it, Joey. Come on, man. So, it's unfortunate. But, 109-80. Wolves over the Lakers. And no, I'm not talking trash. What am I going to talk trash for? The Lakers still have a better record. You know what I mean? They have probably the second best player ever. I refuse to say number one. I refuse. And at the end of the day, who cares? If you're in the top 5, you are a golden grandmaster of basketball. Like, you are, beyond legend status. If you're in the top 5, top 4, like Mount Rushmore level, who gives a damn? Yes, Michael Jordan is the best ever, and I will stand by that. But don't be offended if if it's, even LeBron James himself, if I say Michael's the best ever. Well, darn, you're like right there. You're like number 2. Oh, darn, that's just terrible. What an insult. No, it's not. Like you could say Montana and Brady and that other guy who plays for the Chiefs. I don't really have a huge problem with Mahomes. I just don't like that team. They're like the Golden State Warriors of football. But we'll digress from there. We'll be talking about the Warriors. I hate that team. Clippers. Well, the Wolves 108-80. So you go from 109-80 to 108-80. Intuit Dome. Welcome to the Intuit Dome. I think I like it. I think I do. Wolves were up by, 39 at one point after Anthony Edwards' three-pointer. By the way, our LeBron had 8 points versus the Lakers. So I can't brag too much either in that one, as awful as LeBron was. And as good the Vikings Timberwolves defense was. Yeah, what the hell? Anthony Edwards with 8 points. Bringing that points per game down just a little bit. Brought it down some more versus the Clippers, 5 of 14. But 4 of 9 from outside. Okay, and that one of those 4 threes put the Wolves up by 39 points. The Clippers pretty much had quit. The Clippers had quit sometime maybe late in the first quarter in this game, I think. 33-14. They're 26-18, 27-18, and then the Clippers with a resurgence in that fourth quarter, man. Furious rally to get within 28 for the final score, 30-22, 30-22. Let me tell you, trailing by 36 going into the fourth quarter, man, showing that heart. No, it was young guys or backups and such, because they don't get to play, going out and having that energy and having some fun. Josh Minot, welcome to the NBA, my friend. 5 of 7. Again, Duncan showing the athleticism, adding a block, a steal, 8 rebounds, 3 assists for Josh Minot. All right. Even hit a three-pointer, the son of a gun. 5 of 7, 13 points in almost 21 minutes. And he did play some meaningful minutes in the game. It's 20 minutes. And obviously, then again, meaningful minutes in a game like that. Well, the Clippers starters were out there for about 3 quarters. And then they said, okay, that's enough. That's enough of that. Terrence Shannon Jr., damn it, he missed both of his shots. Come on, man. Come on, TSJ. What's going on, buddy? 8 points and 2 assists. Okay, you got 2 assists. All right, yeah. Naz Reid only 20 minutes. But I suppose maybe just don't screw around. We don't want people getting hurt. Some of those guys were out there too long. Donte DiVincenzo again moving the ball around. Definitely not as good as the Laker game, but still some good moments in the game. Didn't shoot well. Only 1 3-pointer, and that's it. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, I thought, was out there a little too long as well. The minute total isn't that great. It's only 21 and a half minutes, so that's kind of like a typical game. But, I don't know, you're up by like 30, and it's like, I don't know, almost the fourth quarter and stuff. Like, 36, 35. Why is he playing? Didn't he play in the fourth for a little bit? It's kind of like he was like the captain out there with some of those young guys, the Minots, the Shannons and such. And unfortunately, again, no dilly injury illness. Yes, inactive with injury, not a DNP. But I guess they just call it injury illness, and of course, in this case, it is an ankle. Hopefully, Dilly gets some action versus the frickin' Warriors. It'd be nice to see him kick the Warriors' butt at some point. Someone has to. Luckily, see, when the Warriors were in first place, and everybody's all, the Warriors are back. We did the right thing. We got rid of Klang Thompson. Notice I'm saying Klang, not Clay, because he misses shots more than he used to. Klang Thompson. I want to see Klang Curry, too. I want him to be missing. God, I'm sick of that son of a... sick of him. If you're not sick of him, come on, people. Stop. You're sick of him, too. Admit it. Yeah, they were bragging, showing off. Oh, we got rid of Klay Thompson. Now look at us. First place. Whoa, Warriors. Yeah, shut the up. Yeah, fill in the blank. Just shut up. Warriors lost 5 in a row. Ha ha. But we're still in first place because Clippers and all them and Lakers are getting their butt kicked by a certain team that plays at Target Center in Minneapolis. So that's the good news for the Timberwolves. And the Suns have been losing. Everybody's losing in that Pacific Division. They're I don't know. They're just going downhill. They're being submarined in the Pacific Ocean, I guess. I don't know. Whatever term you want to come up with. But, yeah, that's why the Warriors are still in first place despite, being 12-8, and then they freaking ended their losing streak beating Houston. But the good news is it's going to be the second of a back-to-back tonight. Take advantage of it. Please take advantage of it, Timberwolves. Yes, we'll get to that in segment number 2. The Lone Wolf Award winner for this episode, where do you even go? Is it Josh Minott? Nah, he didn't get enough minutes for that. I don't know. Julius Randle kind of generally led the Wolves in scoring. 1 minute, Jaden McDaniels is hitting some shots and doing some stuff. Oh, man, yeah, I'm going to give it to a certain guy I ripped pretty hard last week. And it's going to be his first ever Lone Wolf Award for this show. Yep. It could be Julius Randle. I think he's second. He had a pretty good week, generally speaking. I mean, not great, but good. He had a good week. Obviously, Nickeil Alexander-Walker could get it just about every week. He's been the most consistent player, but it is a contract year. I'm not pointing fingers at Nickeil Alexander-Walker like that's the only reason. I bet you anything he gets a decent extension, hopefully not crazy and it hurts us or whatever, or he leaves. And he comes back all slack-jawed, doesn't give a rat's ass anymore. He's got his money. No. I think Nickeil Alexander-Walker continues to play at the same level and hopefully beyond. But to the Lone Wolf Award winner, I have to do this, even though he had a kind of a shitty game, pardon my French, versus the Clippers. He kind of had a shitty game, but he was still okay. Dante DiVincenzo, really? I'm going to give him a Lone Wolf Award winner? Yeah, for this week, I thought he was wonderful, generally speaking. Really good in the first Clipper game, really good in the Laker game. Good enough to overcome a mediocre second Clipper game. Anthony Edwards shot like a dog. Rudy Gobert, had an unbelievable game versus the Clippers. He had a very strong week, too. I mean, it's all three of the guys that I ripped a new one last week. Gobert, Randall, and Dante DiVincenzo are all right there at the top. Because Anthony Edwards shot like a dog. And Mike Conley's not getting any awards. He's fine, but he's not getting any awards. He's just not. He's just not. McDaniels, same thing. It's not happening. Dante DiVincenzo, welcome to the Timberwolves. Welcome to Timberwolves Explosion. The good side of Timberwolves Explosion rather than me ripping on you. I don't hate you. I just hate the way you were playing. Damn it. But maybe it's the coaching and the way they were utilizing your strengths or not utilizing your strengths. Because he's better in transition than kind of bringing the ball up the court. I don't want Dante DiVincenzo bringing the ball up the court in a half-court offense. It needs to be in that fast break, kind of like what I'm seeing here. The hated Warriors, what's his name? Kamura getting to the basket. Yeah, son of a Kumina. He's actually was part of that. Was that the Russell trade way back when we actually got D'Angelo Russell from the Warriors? Yeah. So, thankfully, it's a good player, but he's nothing crazy. Yeah, Kuminga, sorry. And look at those douchebags thinking they're so cool. God, I hate them. 13-8, they beat the Rockets. Yeah, screw them. The Rockets actually still have a better record, which is funny because they lost 5 in a row. Kuminga had 33 points. It's probably his best game of his life. Kuminga, not Kumuna. Sorry, Jonathan Kuminga. Timberwolves property technically, but not really. It was years before he was drafted. The D'Angelo Russell trade, the protected pick, where then it was at a point where, yeah, that's your pick. It's a decent player, but again, I don't think it's like, oh my God, it's going to haunt us forever. It's not going to be one of those, at least I hope not. You can tell what I'm doing there. But yeah, Dante DiVincenzo, Lone Wolf Award. The Johnny Flynn Memorial. I don't think there's really an obvious choice in this one. It's not Gobert. It might be Reed. He had kind of a crappy week, but did he though? Nah, I can't give Naz Reed a... Gosh, I've regardless if they're real or not, I've lost enough followers this week. I go against Naz Reed? No. But he did have 2 20-minute games with only 4 points and crappy shooting. Yeah, 1 of 4. If I have to give it to somebody, I guess it's him. This is a very gentle with frosting on top, with a strawberry or cherries, whatever you want to put in the frosting. Yeah, a very gentle Johnny Flynn Memorial to Naz Reid, because he brings it and everybody loves him. It's the most gentle one ever. Okay, sorry, I'm really sorry. I'm not trying to be a dork. It could go to Anthony Edwards because he shot like a dog, man. Shot like crap, but then again, but he played pretty damn good defense, 4 steals and all that. He was unbelievable versus the Clippers, especially. And Gobert was just absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. Like, how many turnovers did the Clippers have in this blowout game? Only 21? It felt like it should be like 35 or something. Yeah, Bones Highland, 18 points, so that might be why he doesn't play that much. 18 points and then 5 turnovers, 2 assists. 5 of 10 from outside, though. Not bad. And that was the guy the Wolves were interested in. James Harden shot like a dog. He shot worse than a dog. Chris Dunn, 1 of 8. God, what the heck? Yeah, that's why he's Chris Dunn, I guess. 1 of 8 for Chris Dunn, 1 of 10 for James Harden. 2 of 18, pardon me, in your backcourt. Frickin' horrible. New York accent encouraged there. Wow. Well, there you go. That's your wrap-up for this past week. We will preview the upcoming 2 games versus the Yucky State crap holes. Okay, the Golden State Warriors. And we are back here on Timberwolves Explosion, and I'm in a crazy mood like I always am. Lemon in the tomato juice. Yep, I did it again. It's a tradition. It is a tradition. Friday morning, Timberwolves Explosion, lemon in the tomato juice. All because I started that with the whole, whenever we play the New Orleans Pelicans, put the lemon in the tomato juice. I'm putting the lemon in the tomato juice every day. Like it's like I'm an honorary Southerner when I do Timberwolves Explosion for some reason. We get to play Golden State twice, Friday the 6th and Sunday the 8th. Neither game is early, which is fine with me. 9 o'clock, I like that. Unfortunately, why do the Wild and the Timberwolves have to play on the same day all the time and at the same time? It's one thing if they're both in the same day. One's at 7, one's at 9, but I know you're not going to coordinate and sync all that up between the 2 leagues. That's impossible. But it'd be nice sometimes if it's like opposite days at the very least, like Wolves today, Wild tomorrow, Wolves Sunday, Wild Monday, or whatever. Or they're at different times, during the day. But that's how it goes. I suppose it's better to not be just stuck in front of a TV all day, which I am not a fan of at all. 9 o'clock at night, dang right I could be in front of a TV. That's like prime time for it, literally, for me. Like, I love West Coast games. Most of you out there hate West Coast games because you have to, you either work like 8 to 5, 9 to 5, or your first shift or something. So, man, you want those East Coast games. I'll take West Coast. I'm a second shifter. So, yeah, enjoy. 7:30 on Sunday. That's just like regular television. But this one's ESPN, Friday night ESPN NBA. So, nice. The Yuck City Warriors. Ugh. Yuck State. Wimps. Rob Dillingham instead of Warriors. Rob Dillingham, ankle. Joe Ingles, soleus, which apparently is a calf muscle. Yeah, sorry that took so long. Steph Curry, rest. Ooh, Draymond Green calf. Okay, that's cool with me. That's so. Draymond Green is the calf, and Joe Ingles is the soleus. It's a solus, mate. I'd love to hear him say solus. I'd love it. It's a solus, mate. Solus. Solus. Draymond, calf. Steph Curry, wrist. Quentin Post, what kind of name is that? Thumb? Thumb, really? Well, yeah, an injured thumb is not good. This is, of course, a 4-game series. Okay. I get confused by that sometimes when it's an interconference, but non-division. Usually, sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 4. I think in the NBA it's 4, and the NHL it's 3. I don't know. It's really weird. Warriors had lost 4 in a row. Brooklyn, Oklahoma City, who's got the best record in the league, basically. The Suns kind of getting their heads out of somewhere and rising again. Excuse me. Denver getting their heads out of somewhere too, winning by 4. But then the Warriors beat a pretty good Houston team, was 15-8. Wolves couldn't beat them, even though they were beating them, and then they didn't. You know, one of those. Wolves have won 3 in a row with great defense, 92, 80, 80. Whereas you look at the previous games, the Wolves hadn't kept a team under 100 points since the second of the 2 freaking losses in Portland. No, I am full of crap. The Wolves hadn't kept a team under 100 since the November 10th versus the Miami Heat. Of course, we gave up 100 points to Portland, 106-98, 122-108. Portland Trailblazers. That's not Clyde Drexler. That's not Terry Porter. That's not Jerome Kersey. You know, Cliff Robinson. No. That's I don't know who they are. it's like what's his name, Anthony Simons and guys like that. He's okay. He's a good player, but I don't know. He's like decent. Yeah, the Wolves hadn't kept an opponent under 100 since losing to the Miami Heat, 95-94. Losing. You realize that? How bad that is. You know, like Sacramento, we gave up 126. Didn't that go to OT, though? Phoenix, 117. I'm surprised that we gave up that many. Man. And before that, Charlotte Hornets, 93. Charlotte, we obliterate the Hornets, which was nice. On November the 4th. That's a long time ago. And the last time we kept a team under 100 was last season sometime. Last season. Might have been in the Denver series. Certainly wasn't Dallas. Certainly wasn't Dallas, that's for sure. But then we do it 3 games in a row. 3 games in a row. All wins. So that does look like turning the corner to me. It does. Otherwise, like the minimum amount we'd given up was like 107, I think. No, 106 to Portland in the second loss. That's the minimum amount we've given up, other than the Heat. You know, it's Jiminy Christmas, man. Look at these scores, even back into the preseason. But yeah, see, doesn't that tell you something though? I mean, man, this is why I don't like NBA TV. It's like a broken record. It's like, okay, we're gonna show all the same stuff like 50 times in like a half hour. God, it's boring. I'd rather watch 2 men fish. Like, okay, I saw Booker warming up, like 15 times already. Like, good Lord. Anyhow, yes, I would rather watch 2 men fish. We're going to play the Warriors twice, so that's what we're talking about here in segment 2, is the Golden State Warriors. And then we will not be going back to Northern Cal the rest of the year. And they can take my double-barrel middle finger, and hopefully the Wolves give the Warriors a double-barrel middle finger with 2 wins here. Both of them in, is it Chase? It's not Chase. Yeah, it is Chase. Okay. Yep, Oracle is long gone, but wasn't Oracle replaced anyway, like the naming rights? The matchup in the 2 games. So it's 2 games, blah, blah, blah. Wolves are 17th in points. Warriors are 10th. Rebounds, Wolves are 26th. What the bleep? Warriors are 2nd. Field goal percentage, Wolves are 12th, and the Warriors are 20th. Okay. 3-point percentage, Wolves are 11th, and the Warriors are 13th. Interesting. Very interesting. Assists, Wolves are 20th, Warriors are 3rd. Turnovers, Wolves are 23rd. Warriors are 11th. Assist to turnover ratio, right back where it was, 23rd. Yuck. Warriors are 3rd. Block shots, Wolves are 24th. Again, what the hell? Hopefully that's going to change here very soon with the better defense. Some more Anthony Edwards, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Rudy Gobert, guys like that. 24th, Warriors are 14th. Steals, Wolves are 14th. I think that's going to go up. Oh, yes. Warriors are 9th, 9 at the end of the day. Anthony Edwards, overall, his shooting percentage is now 44.3. What the hell? 3-point percentage is 42.3. Huh. Still pretty high, but nothing like it was early on. Julius Randle somehow is 35.6. That's not too bad. 50% because he has a lot of those cool close range dunks. Naz Reid's third on the team in scoring. We literally do not have a third option except for Reid. 13 points a game, though. It's not bad. Not bad. The highest 3-point percentage guy on the team outside of Rob Dillingham, who's only attempted a couple of shots, 50%. But otherwise, it is Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 43.8. Nice. Dante DiVincenzo, 33.1. Well, it's better than 30 or 31 or 28 or whatever it was at. I think it was at 28 not that long ago. So, great week for Dante. Hopefully that continues as we move forward. Yes, I really hope so. Golden State, Yuck State, whatever they're called. Yeah. Brown Cesspool State Warriors. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. Believe me, it is. Anyhow, Steph Curry's just under 42% from outside, almost 45.6 from the floor. Obviously, some those quick transition layups and such. Andrew Wiggins is second on the team in scoring, so he's kind of he's better than last year. Last year he was back to being the Andrew Wiggins we knew very well, about 12 points a game and not a whole lot else. Like it was like 12 points, 2 rebounds, like ugh, and we're paying him max money. Whew, that's bad. It's so bad. There's no great rebounder on the team. It's just guys generally. It's like a team effort with the rebounding there. Even Curry averages 5.6. Bless his heart. Draymond Green 6.3. Yeah, so it's like situations like that. It's just they're just a generally good rebounding team. Buddy Hield is on the club, almost 43% from outside. He's had some awesome games. His average is where's his scoring? 14.4. Yeah, and then Kuminga's having a nice year. Only 31% from outside, but field goal percentage of 45. And again, a great game versus the Houston Sprockets. Yep, Spacely Sprockets team. Okay, I know, you get the idea. But the Houston Sprockets, Kuminga, great game overall. And again, kind of semi-Wolves property as it was a protected pick that hung around for a while. Kyle Anderson, my laddies. Kyle Anderson is averaging 15 minutes a game in 20 games. He's been relatively healthy, but the shooting is not too good, generally speaking. Well, 41's not too bad. 5.2 points a game and 2.6 assists. A great passer for an older guy. Slow-mo, they call him. 3.2 rebounds. That's pretty good for 15 minutes, laddie. I got to say that. Almost, half a block. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Draymond Green. That's another one with sounds more like a name that would have an accent to it. Almost 30 minutes, 19 games. 40.3% from 3-point range. That's pretty good, actually. Bastard. I hate him. Almost 6 assists. Second on the club. He's a great passer. Plays his ass off, but he's an ass as well. He's a dunderhead. Okay, that's German. Sorry. That's German. Sorry. I got to do something, right? Gary Payton II, of course, from, Northern California, from Oaktown, if I remember correctly. I know Gary Payton Sr. is from Oaktown. 21 games, 12 minutes and stuff. He's just kind of, bit player, but good for him. Good for Gary Payton II and playing for his hometown team. Yeah, well, I know, I'm just jealous. I wish I lived there. Kind of. San Francisco, yes and no. The good part of San Francisco, yes. The other side, well, just leave that where it is. It's not that good. You know what I mean? It could be a cleaner city. Let's just leave it at that. They have issues with cleanliness in areas. Yes, and it's just not well taken care of. That's all. Just common sense. People know that. So, what happens here? Do the Wolves sweep the Warriors again? I want to say it. I really do. Boy, do I want to say the Wolves are going to sweep the Warriors. Maybe we'll say a split. I don't know. Just to be fair, the Wolves win tonight. Yes, the Wolves will win tonight by a final score of, I think it's going to be down there. Golden State did play in the last game. Did Curry play versus the stupid? Yeah, I think he rested, which that figures. That son of a... And they still won. Son of a bitch. Pardon my French. Damn it. And they still won without... yeah. That sucks. So that means he's going to be, probably, healthier. Freaking Wiggins and Kuminga. You guys pissed me off, man. Both Timberwolves property at one point, you could say. But he held only 5 points. What the heck? That kind of... Oh, boy. So this could be a problem. Okay, let's pretend they played. The Wolves beat the Warriors tonight. Yeah, I think the Wolves will beat the Warriors tonight. Final score of... Oh, man, I'm kind of scared a little bit. 108 to 99. We keep the Warriors under 100. What do you think of that? Wouldn't that be nice? 108 to 99. Hell, they only got 99 versus Houston. They'll stay at 99. Wolves with 108. Who's going to be a key player outside of Anthony Edwards? Or just Anthony Edwards shows up and stops shooting 25%. That would help. Or 30 or whatever it is. Yeah, Anthony Edwards gets over 30 tonight. Okay, that's a lot better than the last few games here. But I shouldn't complain that much. We won and kicked the other team's ass. We'll beat the Warriors by 9. Sunday, the Wolves will... I don't know. I got a feeling the frickin' Warriors win that one and get over 100 points. And that'll be... We'll have 4 games in a row under 100. But the Warriors break it. Unfortunately, 110 to 102, something like that. The Warriors win. Warriors win. Julius Randle with 25. That'll be my guess. Yes, that's what's going to happen there at the end of the day. So with that, we'll take a quick break and look at what you guys had to say in fan interaction. Are you looking for a really nice Timberwolves-related Facebook page out there with cool fans and a wonderful host? Well, look no further than Wolfpack from Flip to Finch, hosted by Scott Doherty. He does a great job. Scott Doherty's an awesome guy, and the fan base on there, obviously passionate about the Wolves, but also respectful of other people's opinions regarding the team. Check out the page. It's awesome. Wolfpack from Flip to Finch. And we are back here on Timberwolves Explosion, segment number 3, fan interaction segment. Always really love this. I really love this segment, actually, for so many reasons. Because I love you guys so much. If you knew how much I love you, you'd be like, okay, Joey, back off. Okay, no, I don't mean it in any, whatever. So, Tanae Brown out of New Zealand, Levi Brown out of New Zealand, and Vince Germano out of Australia, mate. Of course, all of them probably say mate, right? Mate. 2 New Zealanders and an Aussie retweeting the most recent episode, which this is why that's why I love you guys so much. I mean, I love you guys from the down under that area. You are the, you're my favorite people, basically. Like, you basically are. It's not even like I think so. No, you are. I was talking about how that Clipper game, the first one, was pretty ugly, but we'll take it. Wolves win by 1 over the Clippers. Again, missing the shot, but getting the rebound so the shot clock can reset and kind of basically run the clock out, which is what the Wolves pretty much did. And basically winning the game by missing a shot because it can run the clock out. So not sure if that was 100% intentional, but it worked out. It's when things work out, yeah. So here's Tanae Brown with a fun fact. Let's see. Is he responding to something? No, just wanted to make sure. Again, the Twitter or X is at TWolvesEX. There is the main one that I used to have that was restored over a year ago. I won't even get into what happened, but it's at Wolves Explosion if you want to follow both of them, which is more than welcome. I finally put the new logo on the Wolves Explosion one. In a way, I left it that way so I could distinct the two on the smart device over here. So anyway, let's get to what Tanae had to say. Fun fact. This time last season, the Wolves were the number 1 seed for 10 consecutive days. Wolves had spent 10 total days as the number 1 seed prior to that in 34 years. Let me read that again. The Wolves had spent 10 total days as the number one seed prior to that in 34 years. Really makes you wonder about this season. Wow, that's chilling. That's chilling. 34 years is a long time. As a 45-year-old, man, I was only 11. You subtract 34 years. That's just an 11-year-old right there. Holy smokes, man. That's just an 11-year-old person right there. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. That's a huge chunk of our lifetimes. Some of you, it's your whole life. Maybe you're only like 28, 29, 35, 35. It's like just 1 year, That's insane, man. 10 consecutive days and 10 total days as the number one seed prior to that in 34 years. The Wolves were the number one seed in the previous, they were the number one seed in, they must have kind of snagged it at the last second, I do believe. It was them versus like the Spurs and the Lakers and all that. It was kind of a seesaw battle back in 03-04. Wolves ended up clinching it at the end. But at the end of the day, they couldn't win the West. It's stupid Lakers and, of course, stupid Sam Cassell and his big ball dance and screwing up his back. And, that was, it's just, don't even want to get into that. It breaks your heart, but that is an interesting fact today. Wow, that's a good one. I should retweet that. I'm going to retweet it with an amazing fact. I'm going to hashtag T-Wolves on there. And NBA. Yeah, I mean, I want people to be able to see that one. That's frightening. There, so today, if you just saw that post, if he sees that post, this is when I typed it. I tell you I was recording, because you're probably listening afterwards, of course, because this is not live. Could be live sometimes. I mean, once in a while, maybe I'll do that. Random Hoops, who's also known as Reese Pedretti out of Brisbane, Australia. I was like going, whoa, my number of followers is plummeting. What the heck did I do? I've merely been honest about the team's struggles. I certainly praised them when they did well, like today's show, right? Random Hoops. Reese Pedretti out of Brisbane, Australia. I've lost 120 followers over the last month, mate. I don't get it. Yep, so it must be the fake accounts. Yep, that's kind of the conclusion I believe me and Tanae came to. And Vince. Yeah, I was like, it's got to be fake stuff. Yeah, I was thinking it must be fake accounts, da-da-da. Or I would hope it's not some kind of crazy mass exodus. Yeah, like that stupid, what is it? I don't want to say the name of the application. It's people that, let's leave it alone. Tanae Brown says, I've lost heaps. Heaps for me, it's been like 10. Yeah, he's like joking around. But I'm pretty sure they're bots or inactive accounts anyway. Nothing wrong with what you're posting, with what you're posting, Joey. And thank you very much, Tanae, for that. I was saying that's probably what's going on. I was saying I'm blown away by the absolute butt kicking the team has done lately. Yup, Tanae responds with, are we 20 games in now? Yeah, yep. I was like, fine. Yep. Are we 21 games in now? Finally building some chemistry. And yeah, it's like, do you know how much Tanae nailed that? Yeah. Because it really started happening at about the 20 game point, didn't it? Pretty crazy. I was like, yep, 21 in at this point. Amazing timing, starting with the Laker game. Yep, wasn't that the 20th game? It was 10-10. The Laker game was when it started. Like 19 is like, okay, we're finally getting our heads out of somewhere, and we're gonna hold a team under 100, down to 92, and then the next two games we hold them to 80 points. That's remarkable. Tanae continues saying 2 games against the Warriors coming up too, and with their recent form, it feels like a good time to come up against them. Yeah, because they lost 5 in a row. Especially the first game with them on the second night of a back-to-back. Yep. I picked the Wolves to win that one, and I have a feeling we're going to split. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they sweep the Warriors. Just don't get swept, please. No more sweeping. I don't want to see any more damn sweeping, against the Wolves. Dang it. I mean, didn't we lose I don't think we lost 3 games in a row all year last year, or was it once? And we had a nasty 4-game losing streak. Like nasty. Oof. Leading into that Clipper game. Ooh-wee. Next. Nope. I think that's everything. Yes, that is everything. At TWolvesDX. So huge shout out to obviously Vince Romano. Sometimes a lot of our talking is just what is it? Facebook Messenger, which any of you guys are welcome to do that. I mean, Joey Awajan, I'm on Facebook if you want to. Otherwise, obviously Twitter. Twitter. Yep, obviously Twitter or X at TWolvesDX. At Wolves Explosion, you're welcome to follow that one too. I better make sure I check it though, and maybe use that one more often too. But yeah, I created this other account because I didn't think the other one would ever come back. It took years. It's so weird. What was I saying? Oh yeah, huge shout out to Benzo out of the Bronx. Of course, obviously, huge shout out to yep. Would love to hear from Benzo. Yep. So out of the Bronx and anybody, whether you're from Australia, New Zealand, China, wherever. I'd love to hear from you. Love to hear from you. Obviously, Minnesota is nice. Sometimes a Minnesotan. Hopeless Wolves fan, I believe, is from here. So, yep, it's cool. Great conversations. And I really appreciate every one of you, like, more than you could imagine. And I'm going to salute you with the lemon and the tomato juice here. Unfortunately, not everybody likes that taste, but, I think it's tasty. And the salute is meant in all respect. Like, thumbs up to you guys. Like, passion, happiness, all that good stuff. And hopefully the Wolves continue to go in the right direction here. So with that said, you heard about, you heard the little, you could call it like a miniature ad for From Flip to Finch, Wolf Pack From Flip to Finch. Obviously Scott Doherty, awesome guy, awesome guy. And if you want to get on the show via audio submission, pick up your smart device or your laptop or desktop or whatever. You want to use audio software like Audacity or something. Otherwise, your smart device is totally fine with the free voice recording app. Just kind of press play, talk into it, save it, and send it to me. It's called an audio submission again, and I will turn it into a MP3 file thanks to cloudconvert.com, which I'm really proud to give them a free plug since they helped the show by allowing me to do that. Free, sometimes with picture conversion as well. You can do that to turn it into a JPEG in order to have a picture on podcast logo, like for that particular episode logo. Like today, maybe it'll be Dante DiVincenzo or something. So we'll see, something like that, or just a big D in a fence. That might be a good thing as well. That sounds like a good idea. Dante DiVincenzo. Okay, I'm just kidding. With that said, thank you again for listening. Tell your friends about the show. Keep sharing it. Thank you so much, and we will talk to you next week. Go Wolves. Beat those damn Warriors.